Welcome to the Culture Critics YouTube channel, and today we're going to be talking about Katt Williams and Kevin Hart and each of the massive wealth that they have attained. So Katt Williams is worth $2 million as reported by Celebrity Net Worth. He has 12 comedy specials and he claimed that they're all owned independently. He recently did an interview actually where he mentioned this with Shannon Sharpe on Club Shay Shay. And he mentioned that he owns 12 comedy specials produced by him and owned by him. And I can see that he really takes pride in this because he's mentioned it in more than one interview. He also mentioned it in the interview that he did with Wanda. That was the viral interview where he was kind of, busting her chops and kind of getting at her and making jokes. And if you know the story, you know that her husband threatened him later on with a gun at a club that he was performing at, I believe. So, he has 12 comedy specials. He owns all of them independently. And some of them are very big specials. We're talking about Pimp Chronicles. We're talking about Pimpin', American Hustle. These are specials that basically, made Katt Williams into who he is today, outside of all the acting roles that he did. So, again, I don't really believe that his net worth is $2 million. In the Shannon Sharpe interview that he did on Club Shay Shay, he mentioned that the worth of his attire in that interview was more than what is even stated online. So I think he knows that people try to take digs at him in regards to what his net worth says online, but he's clearly worth way more. He's on an arena tour, he's selling out arenas, so he's doing extremely well for himself. So what do you think? He's taken a more independent route that has given him the freedom to say what he wants, move the way he wants, but still amass a lot of money. And he has a very core fan base that is willing to ride with him and follow him and come out, and buy hard tickets and support him. Kevin Hart, on the other hand, is worth $450 million as reported by CelebrityNetWorth.com. That's a lot of money. He's almost a billionaire, or halfway there, I would say, at least. And as we know, Kevin Hart, he has a litany of specials as well. Only 8, compared to Katt Williams' 12. It's kind of hard to really pinpoint if he owns all 8 independently, but one or two of them are Netflix specials. So just knowing Netflix, I'm sure Netflix has a stake in those specials as well. Nonetheless, they're still worth a lot of money, and I'm sure he's still making a lot of passive income from them while they're being streamed on these streaming platforms like Hulu, Netflix, etc. So what I found out about Kevin Hart that was quite interesting is that he has a venture capital firm called Heartbeat Ventures. And if you don't know what a venture capital firm is, it is a firm or company that an individual starts. There's, of course, paperwork that you have to do and criteria you have to meet in order to create one, where you and a group of other people are basically investing in startup companies. These are companies that are new, companies that are raising money and funding in order to, go public. In other words, IPO, initial public offering. So he's done quite well with that, Heartbeat Ventures. Little did I know that he invested in Mitchell & Ness, Tally Health, Therabody, Savage X by Rihanna. So he's done extremely well. But what stood out to me even greater than that is he has a premium tequila label called Gran Coromino, and he signed a multi-year partnership deal with the Philadelphia Eagles to become the NFL team's official luxury tequila. That is extremely major for Kevin Hart. Of course, that's a deal that is going to last a while. It's going to generate a lot of money for his company, and it's also going to mesh very well with the Philadelphia Eagles, as he is from Philly, so it's a perfect marriage. But what do you think? Kevin Hart has done a lot of movies. He's a Hollywood sweetheart. It seems like he has the green light basically to do whatever kind of movie that he wants to do. I've seen him in enough movies now with The Rock where I'm kind of tired of it, but he's done extremely well for himself, and as you can see, his net worth reflects that. But which route would you take? Would you take the Katt Williams route, where you're owning, movies and specials independently, and you're able to still tour and do arena shows and kind of say what you want and do what you want, while Kevin Hart, on the other hand, a little bit more restriction, amassing a lot of wealth, but can't really say and do what he wants, seems to have to take the high road in a lot of situations that he's in. But which route would you take? As a business owner, for me, I love the independent route, But I do understand that sometimes getting funding, sometimes getting money from outside resources is okay if a deal is worked out to where you retain enough ownership and enough say so that your integrity is not compromised. So which route would you take? Leave it in the comments, and let me know. Discuss it in the comments and think about it, because Kevin Hart and Katt Williams, they're at the top of their field. They're two very important figures, and currently right now they're clearly not friends. But I kind of like to focus more on the business acumen of each individual. You don't find a lot of things that Katt Williams has done in terms of investments. He's not really so forthright when speaking about his investments or things that he's doing. And to be fair, a lot of the interviewers have never asked him about them, but he's a very intellectual individual and he has studied the greats. So I'm sure he has investments that are generating him a lot of money. But just of what we know, he's been in a lot of movies, and then he owns those 12 comedy specials that clearly generate a lot of money, because there's some classic ones in there. So yeah, if you like this video, like, share, and subscribe.